Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. We would like to
5.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Oh, you realize how much you missed it, didn't you? I mean, when you got the dose that you got of college football this past weekend, I think you realized how beautiful it is. Good morning, boys and girls. Hope you had a wonderful Labor Day weekend, sat around and watched the footy and just took it in. And here we are on a Tuesday, and boy, do we have a lot to talk about. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Thanks for finding us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Lots to do today. We're going to get through everything, get your phone calls. New Mexico coach Jason Eck's going to join us coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. They get beat at Michigan. Idaho State is coming in this week. But we start out as we do on Tuesdays, and we head down to Las Cruces, where New Mexico State woke up on Sunday morning 1-0 after their opening win over Bryant. 19-3 was the score down in Las Cruces, and the head coach at New Mexico State is Tony Sanchez. He joins us this morning. Congratulations on being 1-0, Tony. How you living?
I'm doing good. Appreciate it, and excited to get ready for this Tulsa game.
Yeah, I look back a bit, and the openers are always something you just don't know, right? And when you got as much new as everybody in America seems to have, including you, there's a lot of question marks. Did you answer most of your questions, or did you come away with more questions?
No, I think we answered most of our questions. I mean, we just got to clean up a lot of little things. I mean, it's defensively we played really, really well. Defensive line, there was definitely some improvements there. You know, they played hard, and we tackled well in space and did some really good things. Created a lot of pressures on the quarterback, which was good. I answered some questions in the kicking game. You know, Max Dean, our punter, had an outstanding night. You know, it's his first football game he's ever played in because he came over from Australia, so he's never played in a real football game. And so to put, 5 balls inside the 22, inside the 5, average 46 yards, that was outstanding. Ryan Hawk did a good job. And then offensively, we were all right. I mean, we need to get a lot better. We weren't as efficient running the football as we need to be. Got better as the game went on. Throwing the ball, we were a little hit or miss. But I mean, we kind of had a C-plus night. We still threw for like 230 yards and had a bunch of explosive plays. But we just got to dial it in a little bit. So you kind of saw that all over college football, this last weekend. And so it's interesting with these roster turnovers. Some of the scoring. I mean, it's kind of interesting this year. It seems like it's a little bit down from the past. So we're right there in that boat, and excited to kind of just turn the screws and get tightened up for week 2. It should be our biggest week of a jump.
That's normally how it is. Logan Fife makes his first start for you. 227 yards, a touchdown, an interception. How'd you grade your quarterback?
It's interesting because he didn't have a great night. He didn't have a bad night either. But, he hit a nice long ball down the right sideline, and we had a false start, so he got called back. There was a bunch of yards there. We ran a little ghost play, so kind of like a, fake block and go from our inside receiver. And he had a guy wide open 40 yards just to walk into the end zone, and he kind of airmailed that one. And, he slapped his hands afterwards. He knew it, And then right after a big explosive play, we ran up and we snapped it fast on a 4 vertical concept. And he went to the middle seam instead of coming to the outside. So again, you take those 3 plays away, and I mean that's probably another 100 yards passing. It's a couple touchdowns, and those were easily fixable things. So Logan did a good job. He throws the ball around well. He's a confident guy. But at the end of the day, it is his first start being a full, starter at this level, so I'm sure he got some of that nervous energy out of him. But from what I saw, the way he came in Sunday night and worked at it, I think we got a good deal ahead of us.
Coach, you mentioned the run game as you start to just find consistency in the offense overall. What were some of the things you saw that maybe the consistency of the lanes weren't quite there the way you wanted?
Well, we have 3 guys who are playing getting their first starts in college football at this level, at Division I football. So that you saw some of that early on, some of the communication. We need to do a good job of working vertically. We have too many guys that are kind of getting edges and turning in the hole, and just some youth and inexperience. BJ Tolo had a really nice night, so it was really good to see. And Malik Williams was very violent and physical out there. Unfortunately, and in the game we lost our left tackle, Lee. He had a knee injury, so he'll be out for the year. So those are the things that happen, unfortunately. But we saw some really good things. I mean, even Nueves, who came in and took over for Lee at the right spot, we moved Malik back to his natural spot at the left. They did some good things. I mean, it's again, when you come in and you look at it, if you're just getting beat and you don't have much pop, it's hard. But there's a lot of fixable things. We just got to hammer away on the details this week and make that huge jump that you like to see from week 1 to week 2.
Well, defensively, to hold them to only 3 points on the day, you look at what happened on third down. They were just 6 of 18. They got to a red zone. They were just 1 of 2, held them in a field goal. How'd you feel about your defense?
Yeah, the defense, they were outstanding. Again, we played a team that we probably were, a little bit more physical and a little bit more athletic than, so they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They created, a turnover, almost had to. I think we had 8 quarterback hits along with the sacks that we got. We were in the backfield all day, so those guys did a really good job. And the good thing for us was, we talked about having this depth in this rotation, and when we have it last year, there was such a drop off. But at the defensive line spot, we played 9 guys down there quite a bit. I think they were all within the high 30 snaps, which is good to see. The linebackers, again, we rotated those guys quite a bit. Tyler Martinez, heck of a player for us. He ended up breaking his hand, so he'll be out 2 weeks, get himself in a club, and he'll be back. But he had a great game before he went out. And then just in the back end, we were a lot more athletic, like we had thought we'd wanted to be, and we'll get a good test this week. So it'll be interesting. Tulsa's a good football team, and they kind of went through the same thing. They had 2 fourth down stops on the 1 yard line going in early in the game, and and ended up pulling away late. They were up, I think, 13 to nothing with like 5 minutes left in the third quarter. So very similar, So I think both defenses did a really good job of being stout down there, and it'll be a heck of a matchup.
Tony Sanchez, New Mexico State's football coach, is with us. Aggies beat Bryant 19-3. Tulsa down in Aggie Memorial Stadium this weekend. Jamal Thompson had a couple of sacks, 3 tackles for loss, led you in tackles. But losing Tyler for a couple of weeks is a big deal, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Tyler, Tyler's a heck of a player, a heck of a leader. But, it's funny. Tyler came in yesterday, and he spent about 5 hours in the building watching film on Tulsa, because he knows that, he's going to be one of those guys on the sidelines who's kind of an extra coach. So Tyler will be fine, and it's part of the game. I've done this long enough now where you can't worry about it. Again, you worry about the person, but Tyler is such a tough kid, such a tough dude. He'll be fine, and he'll be back. It's not like his season's over. Hey, next man in. And the great thing is Torrey Geathers came in, and he was outstanding. He's a big physical guy, runs sideline to sideline, and Quincy Davis came in and played really, really well. Sony had a good game. So we had 4 guys that we felt like could be really good. One of them's down right now, but we have 3. Then we have a young freshman, who'll be behind there. But with that 3-man rotation, and they can interchange those spots, we'll be fine.
All right, here comes Tulsa, 35-7. They beat Abilene Christian. Dominic Richardson's their running back. He ran for 142 yards at a touchdown. Kirk Francis, their quarterback, had a nice game, was controlled. They controlled Abilene Christian. Certainly defensively they played well. I know you looked at them already. What are they?
Yeah, it's interesting. Abilene Christian went on an 80-yard drive on the first drive of the game, went down and didn't get in on 4th and 1 on the 1. And then they got the ball back, and they went down again, another 80-yard drive all the way down to the 1-yard line and got stopped on the 1-yard line again. So that game, I mean, very easily could have been a 14-7 Abilene game right off the bat, and it was one of those deals where Tulsa played well on defense, and like a lot of teams, they struggled on offense. Again, they ended up kicking. I think they ended up getting up. They scored with like less than 4 minutes left in the third quarter to kind of then pull away. I think they were up 21-0 at that point. So it was one of those deals where it was a slow-to-go game. They're going to go fast. They use a lot of tempo. They're going to take the shots. They want to get the ball into space offensively. And then defensively, they got a lot of new faces. I mean, they're like everybody else. I think they had 57 transfers in there. Right. And you could tell a little bit, but the one guy, Ray Coney, their Mike linebacker who came with Coach from East Tennessee, he's a really good football player. So we always got to know what he is on the field at all times. And then, again, this will probably be a little bit more athletic of a defensive line. So it'll be a good challenge for our O-line as we're getting better and as, we have our expectations raised. It'll be good to kind of, play against another team that's going to, challenge us a little bit more. So I'm excited to watch this.
Now, when you look at the film after game one, there's first impressions, there's expectations. What are the things you're looking at really after the first game of the season to address this week going into week 2?
Well, I'll give you a perfect example. That game we could have easily pulled away at different times, but, we had a punt return that cost us probably 20 yards in field position because we had a personal foul on it, which cannot happen. Then we had a kick return that we returned all the way to their 48-yard line, so we're going to be possession intent on their 48. We get a holding penalty, so we start off on our own 10-yard line. Again, we have a ball we throw from about the 40-yard line down to their 2-yard line. We got a false start. That gets called back. I mean, it's just all those little things just cannot continue to happen, right? And a lot of them are week one things, but it's my job to make sure we clean it up. We play more disciplined football because, I mean, you're talking, I think there was 5 clips I showed our guys on Sunday night that were, unforced errors on our part, and it cost us probably about 140 yards of real estate and a lot of points. So, against a team like this, you can't do that. And if you take care of those things, then all of a sudden, you're not sitting in a tight, 19-3 ball game. You're sitting there in a 30-3 ball game. So, again, those are things that we can control and we can clean up and get better at.
All right, overall, you feel good about the way you played the first game. You walk out with 2 big injuries, one for the season, one for a couple of weeks. You're 1-0, so you always feel good at 1-0. But overall, you walked away from that and felt what?
Yeah, I feel like we play football, and that's part that's going to happen throughout the course of the year. I tell our guys before the season, you're going to probably deal with 3, big things that, throughout the course of the year, if not more, and it's how you handle them that dictates the season that you have. So, I like our quarterback, we're much improved. Receiving core is much improved. Defensive line is much improved. Kicking game was good. Did not play a clean game. If we had been perfect in this game, I'd be a little worried. We were nowhere near close to being perfect. So, we got a lot of growth potential, so I'm excited about that, and I fully expect us to go out and play a hell of a game on Saturday.
We'll get better Saturday. We will catch up with you next Tuesday. I know a lot of locals are going to be there, and you're going to fill that place up. And crowd was nice, and I know winning always breeds more people coming out. Right, the interest is always there, and there's a lot of people excited about Aggie football. Appreciate the time as always. Good luck against Tulsa. We'll catch up with you next week.
No, I look forward to talking to you again next week. Go Aggies.
All right, be well. He's Tony Sanchez. And the Aggies are 1-0 on the season with Tulsa coming in. Look, man, win. And when you get that many new guys, and it's like everybody around the country trying to figure out what they are, right?
Yes. There was a lot of variance over the weekend.
Boy, do we got a lot to talk about. When we come back, we'll get into Lobo football, how they played at Michigan. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts. I've heard a bunch of them from on my feed. I've got a bunch of stuff that came in. I was there. I know what Michigan fan was saying. I'm really curious to hear what you have to say. Jason X going to join us coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. We'll hear what he has to say as they look forward to Idaho State. 505-246-0610. Light them up today. 505-246-0610. Your emails are coming in, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. On the X, it's _JJ Buck. On the Facebook, the OD and the AM. That's where Adrian's producing our show. You can watch it on Xfinity Channel 26, our Facebook page, and, of course, the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. Talk about Lobo football. How'd they look? I'll tell you what, a hell of a lot better than you thought, and I know that's right. I get it. They didn't win, but I know you feel good about it. We'll do that when we get back. Hey, getting engaged? Looking for a piece of jewelry? Whether it's earrings, a pendant, a ring, an engagement ring. There's only one spot, and that's my jeweler, and that's John Thomas Jewelers. When you get engaged, when you know someone getting engaged, send them to John Thomas Jewelers. There's over 3,000 men's and women's bridal sets on hand right now for you to take a look at. You don't like exactly what they have? They'll create something for you. And listen to what they do with the No Regrets engagement ring. Any ring that you design at John Thomas Jewelers, you'll see it in 3D. You will preview it in 3D printed wax if you'd like before they make it in precious metals. If she wants something different, you have an entire year to redesign it after you propose. There's no penalty, not even on custom-made rings. Plus, all of their rings come with a free lifetime nationwide warranty. Their diamonds are hand-selected by John Thomas Jewelers in Antwerp, Belgium, which is the diamond capital of the world. It's the No Regrets engagement ring, and it is exclusively at John Thomas Jewelers. Go by and see them on the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building, 1 block south of Manal on Louisiana. See why they've been voted the best jeweler in Albuquerque 5 straight years, and one of the coolest jewelry stores in all of America. It's John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
October will be interesting when they play weekday games, but he'll be with us to open the show on Tuesdays. Jason Eck, typically on Monday, the New Mexico football coach. With us being out yesterday, he's been flexible enough, kind enough. He'll join us today at 8 o'clock. So Lobo coach Jason Eck coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. What a weekend, man. I mean, from everything, last night watching the defending Isleta New Mexico Bowl champion TCU Horned Frogs just put it on Bill Belichick. Did you see my ESPN time? Did you see my 3.5 seconds on ESPN? My phone blew up yesterday.
Like, whoa!
Yeah. I was on a call, and then I looked up, and I'm like, whoa, I'm on. That's me. But the defending champs looked great. Just putting it on them last night. 48-14. But Lobo football is the story around here, and it still is. And I understand they didn't win, and this is a really, really weird one because they got beat by 17 points, but yet were really impressive. And everybody says we're not into moral victories. I'm going to tell you, Jason Eck might tell you that. I think you as fans are. And I think that's okay. Because a team that was a 4-win team last year that turned over 2/3 of the roster with a new coaching staff, going to the big house, being 34.5-point dogs, and performing the way they did. Look, call it whatever you want. I don't care if you call it a moral victory or you just feel better about your football team. But you got a team that, and JJ, I'm really interested. You and I haven't talked about this. They got out-athleted, okay? They got out-athleted by Michigan, which you would expect. They did not get out-coached. They did not get out-prepared. They did not get out-worked. One penalty from a football team who has led the country in penalties for the last 2 years. A quarterback who, okay, I got it. He's tough. Can we stop getting him hit now? Because I don't need to see that quarterback just get pummeled like that on a regular basis. Granted, you're not playing Michigan every week. I thought that they moved the ball. I thought that they made some stops. They did themselves really well, and I think as a Lobo football fan, you've got to look at that and say, okay, that's the best team on our schedule. Okay, they're better than Boise State. They're better than UCLA. They're better than everybody else on your schedule. And you played admirably. Does that mean you're going to beat anybody? It does not. But to me, what I saw, where you all were expecting the worst, and I know you were because I was amongst so many of you in Michigan, and I do this show every day. I felt that coming out of that game, you've got players. I think Dorian Thomas is a player. I think you've got guys on the defensive side that are studs. I came out of that encouraged, even though you got beat 34-17.
Great minds think alike. That is exactly how I started the post-game show when we came to the studio Saturday night. Was you can say all you want about there's no moral victories in sports. There is absolutely a moral victory for this fan base that needs something to hang their hat on, that was just hungry for, why do I need to believe again? Why do I need to buy in to another coach, another vision of rebuilding the program? And if you know, you know. If you understand why you would say there are such things as moral victories for the fan base, it's because of watching a game like Saturday that if you just looked at the box score, you'd be kind of scratching your head. Like, yeah, but 452 yards total offense, but they only scored 34 points. But then you look at the moments in that game, what they did in the red zone and holding them to some field goals, creating a turnover on special teams, having a really good special teams overall, except for Abe Williams thinking he could always break one against Michigan, which you're not going to do.
That's right.
It was one where you believe the toughness aspect of it, and what they were talking about all week was this moment is not bigger than us. We can go out there and compete. You saw that just mentality from the football team on Saturday.
Yeah, I thought on both sides. I thought, first of all, I thought Jackson Eck was terrific. He was everywhere. I think Keyshawn James Newby is going to be really, really good. Like defensively, and again, yeah, you gave up. If you get a chance to see the size difference, like if you were up close on the field, JJ, it's amazing. I mean, they're huge, and you're not. And so you give up 251 yards rushing and 56 on that one chunk play on the touchdown run, or 201 yards rushing. I'm sorry. 50. They gave it 59 on the touchdown. I thought it was 56 on the Justin Haynes. Justice Haynes was really good. He was really good. All the hype around Bryce Underwood. I look at Lane's 3 interceptions. One of them hit the back of a helmet and popped in the air. One of them was like a punt on 4th down, and one was a really bad throw, right? And so I'm good with the way your quarterback played. And again, man, you go into that place, like look at Nevada. They got run out of at Penn State. You know, people go into the big house and it doesn't end well. And this didn't end well. You didn't win the football game. But for a program that was playing with, what's the number, 59? I mean, I don't know. I know you know it. How many new players are on this team? 60?
75 total.
75 total. All right. 11, as my daughter says all the time. 11. So what would you just tell me? 70 what?
75.
75 new players. A brand new coaching staff. Everything new. Going up a Michigan team who has most of their defense back. Starting the highest recruit in the country quarterback with a stud transfer running back and a gigantic offensive line. Now, if you come back and get beat by Idaho State, we'll have another conversation next Monday, right? We'll have a completely different conversation. But I'm curious as you watched it, Global Fan, at 505-246-0610. How'd you feel? How'd you feel looking at that, watching that? Did you feel, all right, you're on the right path? I don't know how you wouldn't. By the way, man, the big house is everything it was supposed to be. Being there with a bunch of, like I don't know, the place is spectacular. And I think Global Fans up in that upper right corner as you watch it on TV, that little speck of red. I spent a little time up there, and it was it was funny watching because it was super loud in its little bubble, and you realize, yeah, you're not making a speck, but it was cool. The tailgates, I hit a couple of frat parties with my daughter. Drank Keystone Light, Natty Light, met her friends and some of these idiot boys, and yeah, no, it
sounds like a good time.
It was a good time. All right, what do we got? 505-246-0610. Rudy was there. How you feeling, Rudy? Good morning.
Well, look at it this way, okay? UNM scored more points in the first half against Michigan's defense than Ohio State scored the whole game last year.
Against Michigan. Against
okay.
Michigan, yeah.
I mean, Michigan's defense is elite. That's the fastest. All the people that I was sitting with, they go, damn, they're fast. I said, and they're big. Yeah. I mean, that's as good a defense as you're going to play. It's a pro-style defense. Wink Martindale exposed some of the issues that we got to clean up, and that's the offensive line play. You're going to get your quarterback killed. You keep giving guys free rushes at the quarterback, especially somebody like Michigan. I didn't agree with ejecting Barham, but I thought it was helmet to helmet, and they should have given him 15 yards.
Yeah, I will tell you this, and I don't know that they could have, there was an in-between. As I was walking out, there were two sentiments from Michigan fan. One, wow, New Mexico played tough, and what a crap call on Barham on the targeting. I think it was right on the edge, man. I think it was right on the edge.
Yeah, well, and then, that's an expensive lesson for Barham.
Yeah, he's out for Oklahoma first half. Yes.
Not only that, but the appeal was denied.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't think he helped his appeal throwing the tantrum in the tunnel. The thing that concerned me about Michigan was some lack of discipline, and I really didn't like Justice Haynes flipping off New Mexico on national TV. That's a really bad look for Michigan football, Jeff.
Yeah.
I thought that going into the game, I thought the most disciplined team was going to be Michigan. I mean, they have all the pieces, they have all the parts, they have all the players, they have all the tradition. They were at home. One penalty
One penalty
by UNM.
Yeah, for a team that has been the most penalized team in the country for 2 years.
I was totally blown away by that. The way the team played with heart. You get down by 17 at Michigan. I've watched this for 43 years. You get down by 17 right off the bat at Michigan Stadium, you get buried.
Yep.
You don't come back. We had a chance to make it to tie the game, and then gave up that touchdowns for a 24-10 lead. So, a play here, a play there. You get on that muff punt, and it's a different ball game. But what I was really impressed with is how much toughness and grit this team showed. And anybody who says, same old Lobos, no. And not one single Lobo fan thought that. The trick play for the touchdown,
brilliant,
genius.
Brilliant.
Hanging in there and scoring that touchdown to get 17 points on the board. Michigan is a team, and people don't know this, but you know this, Jeff, because you've been around the culture there. They want to shut you out at home. They do not want you to score. That is their goal every game. And so the fact that UNM was able to scrap together and move the ball,
that's why they punished your quarterback again on that last play of the game. They weren't letting him in.
Exactly. and to his credit, he got up, and apparently he's okay. That kid took a beating. My respect for Jack Lane went through the roof, because to stand in there against that Michigan rush and not just do the Arch Manning flip the ball away like Uncle Rico, that was I was pretty shocked at the way Arch Manning played
that's a whole
this
nother
years.
story.
That was not a good performance, Meanwhile, Underwood is the real deal. That kid is the real deal. He played a really masterful game. Those throws that he made on the slants, man, he put them right on the hands with a guy running full speed. That's tough to stop. So, going forward, I think both schools have a lot to be proud of. And my final thoughts is, what weather? We brought the weather with us. I've been to Ann Arbor at that time of year. It's muggy, hot, nasty. It wasn't. It was beautiful.
Good to hear you, man. I'm glad you had a good trip. Yeah. It was great. All right. Keep them coming on the Lobos. Great points, by the way. It was funny in the stadium 3 seconds ago. People were losing their mind that Eck called timeout. That was a big deal for him. First of all, it was situational, and B, it would look better to lose by 10 as opposed to 17. And it's situational.
Stop crying. It's football.
Yeah, play till the end, man. Yeah, were you going to win
That is
the game?
one thing that was noticeable.
What?
Lobos got under their skin, man.
I think that's right, man. And I'm going to tell you something. Being in that stadium, they earn the respect of Michigan fan. It was something. All right, I got a whole lot more on this game, and I know you do too. 505-246-0610. We want to talk about your quarterback when we get back, how you ran the football, and what you did defensively. Jason Eck's going to be with us coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. It's now September. It is the back quarter or the back third of the year, and you're thinking about events, maybe a holiday party. I want to make sure that the Albuquerque Convention Center is on your radar when you talk about hosting an event. Take it to the next level and do it at the Albuquerque Convention Center. They got versatile spaces. They will meet every need you have. It's not just a venue. This is a place. This is an experience. This is spectacular. Stunning art on every wall, mouth-watering food and drink options. Your guests will be impressed at every single turn. Right there in historic downtown Albuquerque, it's easy to get to. It's easy to park. There's a parking structure adjacent to the facility, right attached to it. It's the perfect location to make your event unforgettable. From small meetings and private gatherings to large expos, conferences, celebrations, let their team, their service, their catering go above and beyond your expectations. There's a reason every year we host our teams at the Isleta New Mexico Bowl at the Albuquerque Convention Center, because they take care of our guests the way we need our guests taken care of. Give them a call. Actually, go online. Take a look at the space. I know you've been there. AlbuquerqueCC.com is where it all is. And then make your vision a reality in space designed to express. Be at the center of it all. 505-768-4575. 505-768-4575. It's the Albuquerque Convention Center. Be at the center of it all.
IPS provides residential income. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, The question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1.
State coming off the 34-17 loss at Michigan. Jason Exler, head football coach, will be with us coming up at 8 o'clock. 505-246-0610. Adolph, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. How you doing?
Pretty good. Thanks for taking my call. A few notes. The Lobos were prepared to play the game, which is a testament to Coach Eck and his staff and then the players.
Yep.
Second, there was no doubt that even though Michigan had more talent on their roster, the Lobos were not intimidated. They came to play, and that says a lot. This game outcome will go down as a loss, but more importantly, it shows that the Lobos have a foundation upon which to build. Sometimes the box score stats may not reveal the true essence of a particular game, and I think that's what has happened here. I was impressed that it would have been very easy for the Lobos to simply, proverbially lay an egg.
Yeah.
They didn't do that, and they competed. And, again, that's a testament to Coach Eck. And thanks for taking my call. I'm out.
Yeah, no, I think that dead right. Let me get rid of that. Why can't I get rid of that call, dude? Will you lose that? Because my buttons aren't working. All right. Thanks. All right. Will you push the next button? Where'd JT go? Did I lose him? JT, call me back. I'll work on getting the engineer in here. I think everything he said was right. I think everything he said was right. They weren't intimidated. They were ready. They came to play football. JT, good morning. Sorry about that. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, JT.
How's it going, guys?
How you living?
I'm a super proud Lobo fan, Jeff.
Good.
You know how it is being over 50 years of supporting the Lobos. For me, all I want to do, we might not, never have this, never have that, don't have this, that. I had memories of Rocky Long's team going through my mind. Rocky Long always, every team that used to play the Lobos used to say they're in for a 12-round fight, and right away it was like, oh shoot, here we go, and then we weren't going to take it. Their athletes are a level or two ahead of ours. You can see that, but we weren't taking it. We weren't taking it. We were talking. They wanted it. I'm sure they talked, but we talked back. And I'm sure I promise you, we have a quarterback, a tight end.
Where'd you go?
So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we have. But with this day and age of are we going to lose? We can't even think about next year. We just gotta. I just know that I'm taking 10 people to the game Saturday. Because they better bring the same or better effort. Because Idaho State. They showed what they are. Every week is going to be something, but I'm so proud of the fight. These guys, man, they just kept coming. They kept battling. They just kept doing it. Outmanned, out this, out that. No money in New Mexico, this and that.
All right.
I was just like, I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
They got to work on that, but hey, let's do this.
Yeah. No, good to hear you, man. Your phone's cutting out, but it's great to hear you, and I'm glad you're back, and don't be a stranger, man. Be well. All right, so here's the deal. I want to talk to Eck about this. JJ, the offensive line obviously has got to protect better. That said, you're not seeing Michigan every week, okay? So I want to know if the line, obviously you got to play well no matter who you're playing against, right? You got to protect your quarterback. And Jack Lane got punished. And that kid is tough as nails. But you're going to get him killed if that's what happens. Now, you're not playing them every week. I don't know, and I'm really interested to hear what Eck has to say. Is it, just Michigan's that good, or does the line have a whole lot of work to do? And maybe the answer lies somewhere in between.
Yes, the one that didn't have anything to do with athleticism were the free rushers, where you just did not pick up anyone.
Right.
And that is identifying the scheme, understanding your blocking roles. But yeah, that's what stood out to me. There were times that you're going to get beat on the edge. Maybe you don't get beat as much versus different athletes. But the free rushers up the middle, where there was no one to chip because they spread it out. That's what you look at and go, okay, whether or not there's athletes or not, that is going to hurt you against whoever you play.
Yeah, and so that's reads, that's just picking up, that's just missing. And
it's a realization, too. You got not just ridiculous athletes on the other side, but an NFL defensive coordinator.
Yes.
Wink Martindale.
Yes. Yep, all that's right.
And you saw what Matt Patricia did. Now it's an elite defense. But the Ohio State's defense.
Yeah. Just different. All right, 505-246-0610. Keep them coming. Emails jeff@sportsanimалabq.com, jj@sportsanimалabq.com. We're going to talk with Jason Eck coming up at 8 o'clock this morning and hear what he had to say about, after looking at the tape and just getting a better look at it. But coming off of that, we got a whole bunch of stuff coming off the weekend. You can get into how the Mountain West looked. You can get into the Ohio State-Texas game, LSU's big win, Alabama. Man, every pundit in America is just beating. Alabama's Jack Lane. Like, they're just getting hit by every pundit in America for the way they played. So you can get in on that as well. At 505-246-0610. All right, you're driving around your vehicle and you want it to be nicer again. You want it to be cleaner again. You want that new car feel again, and you can have that if you call my friends at On the Spot Automotive Detailing. On the Spot Automotive Detailing comes to you, hence On the Spot. You don't take your vehicle to them. I don't know where their office is. I have no idea, but they know where mine is. And while I work, because you're busy, they're outside and they're detailing your vehicle. That means inside, outside, around the rims, under the hood. All that new car feel. That when they're done, you go outside, everybody's staring at it going, how can I get that? You go to otsdetailing.com. It's that new car feel without that new car price. You're going to have that vehicle for a while. Protect it. It's one of your biggest investments. Want to be in it. You ever look at the timer and see how much time per week you spend in your car? Enjoy that time. Call On the Spot. They've been voted best in the city. It makes a great gift, by the way. I've given it a number of times, and it wins every single time. It's all online. Book and buy at otsdetailing.com. That's otsdetailing.com.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. This Labor Day at Lowe's, get up to 40% off select major appliances, plus get next day delivery on hundreds of appliances. Valid on eligible in-stock orders through 9/10.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the
made too on Michigan Fan. There was a there was a quote he made about Bryce Underwood, and I was reading some posts yesterday, and some of them were like, "Yeah, he's the clown that called timeout with 3 seconds to go." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know what?" And I love that he was laughing at getting booed. They gave him a hard time when the targeting was called, and they clapped. He didn't clap that dude got thrown out of the game. He clapped that his team got the ball back and didn't just give up a scoop and score. That's what he didn't clap at the fact that your dude's got Barham's got to miss the first half of the Oklahoma game next week. That's what like. How would you respond? Right? What'd you think of the targeting call, by the way?
Helmet to helmet, they can call it. I still think the immediate ejection is the worst rule in sports. Give me 2,
I agree,
and then you get thrown out of the game. Because I got people got mad at me like, how could you say that? I'm like, I didn't say it wasn't a penalty. Because like Michigan's so dirty, this or that. I said I don't agree with.
What was Michigan dirty about?
I was like, I don't agree whether it was a Michigan player hitting someone or a Lobo player hitting someone that on the first targeting call you should get ejected and miss a game.
Yeah, you and I have been saying that for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't. I think football is football, and your head's got to go somewhere. It's funny, at the end of the game, and you go and you get rid of some used beer on the way out, and there's a big long line, and all the Michigan fans. I was like I said, they had mad respect for New Mexico. Came and played, and they were pissed at the.
Ooh, they did not like the officials though.
No, well, I mean, again,
coaching matters. X said it after the game. 119 penalties last season. You go into Michigan, you have 1.
Let me tell you, that was as impressive as anything else that happened up there. That was as impressive as anything else. And what did he talk about last week? Not hurting ourselves, the pre-snap stuff. X going to be with us coming up here in 9 minutes, and really looking forward to talking about that. Text line says the Lobos will be competitive in the Mountain West. It's a well-coached team that won't face a team like Michigan again this year. Michigan has bona fide NFL players on their team. Yeah. Steve from Michigan, just curious, Jeff, assuming you're interested in both in UNM and Michigan, how were your nerves or emotions during the game? I was fine. I don't really have I work here. My daughter goes there. You kind of knew what the outcome was. But I never felt like New Mexico was going to win the game. Did you?
No.
Right? I just, I thought it worked out probably as well. Like, you played them close. You were respectable. My nerves? My nerves were fine. Mud says, no matter the outcome Saturday, Lobos made me proud. The trick plays, the hard work, pushing defense held its ground with Michigan. This year's going to be fun. If this team don't put your buns in them stands at University Stadium, you are a bleeping bleep, it says. And he spelled out bleeping bleep. Lobo up. P.S. Jack Lane is a stud quarterback. Tell you what, he's a stud dude. Like, he can take a hit. Jeffrey says UNM won't see a defensive front like that again all season. Number 2, UNM never looked overwhelmed by the moment and or the venue. Number 3, I don't think our secondary is going to be the liability it's been the last few years. And 4, if teams truly get better as the season progresses, we might be surprised where we are by games 10 and 11. There are no moral victories and no good losses. However, there are moral builders and reasons for hope. UNM gives us reason for hope. Go Lobos. It's from Jeffrey. I kind of like that. All right. Do you buy that? If you don't believe in moral victories? Is this a moral or a morale builder? Now, they're spelled the same. They're pronounced different.
Dude, if you don't want to act soft as a football team and say there's no moral victories, I'm fine. There are absolutely moral victories for fan bases. They're two different things. Your fan bases need hype. You need a reason. You need hope.
Well, especially this fan base.
I am 100% in on that was a moral victory for the Lobo fan base.
I'm fine with that too. I'm fine with that. You can tell me that the football team didn't take it as a moral victory, but did they take it as a morale builder? I could live with that. And they're spelled the same. Ken says Michigan fans learned an opening drive, universal truth number 3, the world needs new refs. Were the refs that... I haven't gone back and watched the broadcast. Were the refs that bad?
No. Like, there's... That's coaching, that's discipline. And you can look at Michigan over the last few years and go, yeah, they might have been a little undisciplined, even winning a lot. Because you don't just have that many coaches suspended willy-nilly just for the sake of it.
Mike says, I'm concerned about Michigan, Jeff Alou. I didn't see a big talent difference. Really? Michigan beating the bleep out of Jack LaLanne saved the game for the Wolvies, who look like a 6-6 club. Okay. They also had a freshman quarterback making his first start, who I thought looked pretty good. What do you think of Bryce Underwood?
Yeah, I thought he threw darts.
Yeah.
Was impressive in the pocket. And one of the biggest moments of momentum was late in the first half, 3rd and 14, and he was a 39-yard completion.
Right
and the
after,
Lobos dropped 8 in the coverage.
Right after Eck called the timeout because he thought he was going to get the ball back. Yeah. Yeah, and then they beat him on that out and up on the left side. Yeah, yeah. That's where the corner just went underneath, and he got beat on an out and up and through. It was, yeah, I thought that was huge because what was it, 17-10 at that point?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Yeah, and you had a bunch of momentum, and I don't hate the timeout that Eck called. By the way, it was 3rd and long. You got to be behind the sticks. You might get the ball back and make it even closer before halftime. And Kidd threw a hell of a pass.
You just had 2 TFLs.
Yeah,
first and second down.
Tackles for loss. For those of you not familiar with the acronym. Yes. Yeah. All right. 505-246-0610. Looking forward to the conversation with Jason Eck. We got a sweet deal with New Mexico United. Ron Patel, their president. Is that his title? President? He's going to be in studio. They're struggling. They got beat. They haven't won a game since June 21st. That's like almost all summer, July and August. They'll be back at it. When we come back, conversation with Lobo football coach Jason Eck. Talk to him about not moral victories. Is it a morale builder? How does offensive line play? How's his quarterback feeling? Got a lot to talk about coming out of that Michigan game. Now that he's looked at the tape and is staring at Idaho State. Jason X next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing.
10, the sports animal. Your home for the NFL, the Super Bowl, the NCAA tournament, and the Final Four. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Home opener for Lobo football, Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock, University Stadium. You've got a good, fun, exciting, tough as nails football team to go out and watch. It'll be Idaho State. 1 o'clock, get yourself out there. Lobos coming off the 34-17 loss in the Big House to Michigan in the season opener. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, our conversation with Jason Eck. Sponsored by Eco Electric. Get your home or business ready for shorter daylight hours with the new outdoor lighting from Eco Electric, a great security feature. Call Eco Electric at 433-3574. 34-17 was the final score. But it doesn't tell the story. New Mexico played well. They played tough. They played disciplined. And everybody I've talked to, Lobo fan, comes out encouraged. Jason Eck is the head football coach at UNM and joins us this morning. Good morning, Jason. How you living?
Doing well. Thanks for having me on, Jeff and JJ.
No, appreciate you. I know you're not into moral victories. Somebody just said, how about morale builder? It's spelled moral and morale are spelled the same way. You come out of that. Is that fair? If not moral victory, can that be a morale builder the way your team played in the Big House?
I think there's, some positives we can take away. I think we did play with toughness. I think we did play with discipline. I wouldn't say we really played well, though. We had a lot of things that we can clean up, and, I was a little disappointed that a lot of our errors were things I think that we had control of. It wasn't, they had two, 50-yard-plus runs, and it wasn't that we just got ran over or were in position to miss tackles. We were in the wrong position. We didn't fit the run right, which I think is something we got to coach better and we got to execute better. So, certainly I think some belief, I think hopefully for our fan base and our players can be taken out of that game, but we got to coach things up a lot better, and we got to make a big step forward this week because some of the errors we made in that game can hurt us in conference games as well, or other non-conference games.
Yeah, you talk about assignment stuff, and I want to hit you on the offensive line because you're not going to play Michigan. That's going to be the best defensive front you've seen all year. I'm certain of that. Jack got hammered, and I think we all get it, man. He's tough, but you can't get him. You don't have to prove it anymore. Like, I get it, man. You're tough. When you look at the offensive line, was there a lot of errors there? How do you grade that out, understanding that, yeah, their defensive front is really good, but...
Yeah, I think my mom used to tell me when I was a kid, if you have nice things and you're too rough with your toys, you're going to break them.
Yes.
And we got a nice thing in Jack. He's a tough sucker. He competes his tail off, but if we don't do a better job of our technique and our assignments, he's going to break because you can't let him get hit like that. Now, that front was outstanding, but I do think there's some technique stuff and some just assignments, having our eyes in the right way, making the right calls that we certainly need to do a better job of and do a better job of protecting him because I don't think it's sustainable to have him get hit as many times as he did last week in and week out.
I think one of the most impressive things to come out of it, this is the last 2 years, one of the most penalized teams in America. And I guess you got 75 new guys and a new coaching staff, but you mentioned to us last week that you said we got to not beat ourselves. The pre-snap stuff, the penalties, you've got to be impressed with the discipline and walking out of there with just one penalty.
I was very happy with that. I thought we did a nice job of that, and I believe it's 2 years in a row. We were the most penalized team in the country. I think we've averaged between 9 and 10 penalties a game the last 2 years, so that was definitely a step in the right direction. I think the turnover margin is something I want to see a big improvement on this week because we had the one great turnover we got on special teams, but then we gave up 3 on offense, didn't get any on defense, and that, to me, losing, you're not going to beat a team like Michigan if you're -2 in the turnover margin. You got to win that battle. So that's an area we want to see growth in, but was very happy about our penalty situation.
Coach, you mentioned special teams there. Maybe outside of kickoff return, the punt game, the forced fumble, the field goals Rzeczewski made. How do you feel about special teams overall?
I thought we won the special teams battle in the game, and obviously a big part of it was that fumble we got, and that's tough to do because they got a lot of speed and a lot of athleticism when you're playing a team like that. So I was pleased with it. I think we can kick it a little bit better than we did. We'd love to get a few more touchbacks in the kickoff game. We had one punt that kind of got shanked off the side of the foot. So I think we can kick it better. I think there's some things we can improve on kickoff return. We might have been a little bit too aggressive on our kickoff returns based on the hang time they were getting. Their kickoff guy really did a nice job with his hang time. We were trying to be aggressive just because, Abe Williams has had, returns for touchdowns in his career, and I thought we might need one of those to try to win the game. But I think there's definitely room for improvement, but I thought it was a great starting point for our special teams in the game.
Lobo head football coach Jason Eck joining us on the opening drive. What did you see out of your team after the first couple of drives? It really settled down, especially defensively, and then just the offense able to execute, the quick passes and the drives you put together in that first half.
Yeah, I thought early in the game, it almost got away from us. I think the environment and things, we didn't handle it as well as we could have. Had a lot of 3-and-outs early. We gave up 2 touchdown drives. I thought the defense started to get a couple stops, and then number 4, TJ Guy makes a great play for them where he tips the ball up in the air and intercepts it. And I thought that was a huge momentum-building stop by our defense to hold them to 3 when you turn over the ball at the 20-yard line. That was a great job. And I thought that really created some momentum for our offense. Then our offense was able to put together the long drive, to cut it to 17-7. Then we kick it off and get the fumble recovery. That's something we got to improve on. We got to turn that into 7 points there when we have all the momentum. And then it's 17-10, and then, I might have got a little too aggressive. We had them 3rd and 14, and I felt like we had all the momentum, so I called timeout, trying to, let's see if we can get the ball back and have another drive to tie it up. And then their quarterback does a great job on 3rd and 14, finding a dig, and then leads them down the field to go up 2 scores at halftime. But I was proud. I thought after getting, when you did get a 17-0 deficit, especially when you're a team that has not had a lot of recent success, hasn't had a winning year in 10 years, a lot of times you can go in the tank and all of a sudden lose that game, 52-0 or something.
No, Jason, in that place we've watched. I mean, and you've seen it. Teams that get down 17-0 to them, it goes sideways. And I don't know if anything was said, anything that happened. Was there a turning point? Because, they score in their first 2. He punts on 4th and short, right on the third possession. And that's where everything kind of turned and your defense made some stops. But did you notice something on your sideline that changed a little bit? Because it could have gotten sideways.
Well, we just talked a lot about responding, and we talked about that all week, that we had to respond. We were going to have adversity in this game, and we needed to respond the right way to it. We had to expect that we were going to have adversity, know that it was going in, and be ready, and I thought we did a good job responding.
Dorian Thomas had a game. I think you threw at him 14 times, 10 catches, 2 touchdowns. He was limping. I know he came off the field 2 plays before the second touchdown. Huge part of what you did. How's he as far as this week, and is the injury something manageable?
He'll be ready to play. I think he's just going to be such a high-volume target for us this year that he's going to get tackled a lot, and that's going to be tough on his body, So he'll be ready to go, but he is beat up. He felt like he'd been in a game. I thought, he really acquitted himself in this game. I mean, if you would have named, all right, who were the best 5 players in the field, he probably would have been the only guy on our team who you would have named in that number. He was a warrior. I'm really proud of him because I think he really emerged over the last year. When he got here in the spring, he was immature. He was screwing some things up. Some of the coaches had great frustration, like, is he going to make it type thing. But he's really matured. I think Austin Brawley, who's his roommate, who's one of our captains, has been a good influence on him. And, he really emerged this fall that it was one of our top playmakers and a guy we want to get the ball to a lot. I think we targeted him 14 times in the game, and he had 10 catches. So I think he's a big-time football player, and I think the sky's the limit for him.
All right, first touchdown. First of all, that play didn't get enough national love. When they showed all the top 10 plays this week, that play should have been on all those lists. But because you were New Mexico and they're Michigan, maybe it didn't. But you bring in Lobstein, snap goes through his legs. DJ McKinney takes it off of one hop and throws the touchdown pass. Talk about the play, and is it supposed to hop back to him, or was that a snap that was a little too low that DJ fielded pretty well?
Well, DJ did a great job fielding it. If you really watch the play, though, DJ is almost like in a shortstop position. He's looking for a low snap. We really want to aim for the center to try to hit the ball at the shins of DJ.
Okay.
And we tell them we'd rather have him miss on the ground than miss high, because you're really trying to hide the ball. And if that ends up being a high snap, then all the second-level defenders, the linebackers, see it goes to him. So you want it to be low, like at the shins or on the ground, so that they lose sight and just think it's a quarterback sneak.
It was beautiful. I thought he did a great job. And Dorian just leaked, and there was nobody there. I mean, they bit completely on it.
Yeah, it's a great play. We got that play. One of my good friends, Jonathan Smith, ran that play when he was at Oregon State, so we call it Beaver, and we ran it. We hadn't ran it like in 4 years. We ran it when I was the offensive coordinator at South Dakota State against North Dakota State for a touchdown. Tucker Kraft caught it from the Packers, and then it was the first time we brought it back because it's one of those plays you can't run. It's not even once a year. I think you got to run that once every few years because people scout it out and start looking at that formation. If you run it, twice in a year or even consecutive years.
Good time to burn it. He's Jason Eck, the head football coach of the University of New Mexico, with us on the Sports Animal.
Well, Jason, as you guys get ready for your home opener, you got 2 games of film on Idaho State, and especially offensively, they're going to spread you out to the football downfield. What are you looking for from your defense this upcoming Saturday?
I want to stop the run better. I want to create more turnovers. I think those are 2 areas that we can improve on, and Idaho State has shown a propensity to turn the ball over here these last few games. But they got an explosive attack. I mean, they did a really nice job, I thought, going into UNLV and playing them tough. So we certainly cannot take these guys lightly. Just like we knew we had to go compete our tails off against Michigan. That's going to be their view coming in to play a Mountain West team.
I'm going to guess you want to run the ball better, right? 50 yards. And
not good enough. Yeah, not good enough. Yeah, that's not a recipe for success to run it for 50 and give up 200. I'd love to see those numbers flip this week, maybe.
Well, when you're playing from right, and you're playing from behind, right? And sometimes that's a recipe. And Jack, I mean, what's the right number? You want him to throw 28 to 32 times, not 47?
Yeah, I mean, I would even say ideally it'd be more like 25.
Okay.
If we're really, I think we got really good backs, and that protects your O-line more, and you're running the ball, you keep the clock going, so it keeps your defense playing less snaps, so they can play really hard and just be on the field less. So I'd say that's more of our perfect metric. I'd love to have a game where it was, if it was 60 plays, it was 35 runs and 25 passes, and in the first half maybe it'd be even, but then hopefully you're building a lead and then you're running the ball more in the second half to get more runs and passes.
All right, home opener, Idaho State, 1 o'clock. Weather should be great. This should be a team that's really exciting. Hopefully fans come out. Anything you've got for fans who are kind of on the fence, maybe want to come out, it should be beautiful.
Hey, you got to get out and see this team, because we have stuff to fix. But I think you saw a team last week that's going to, fight their ass off. They're going to represent the state well with how hard they play and the toughness they show. I think the toughness we showed against Michigan is kind of the toughness that represents this whole state and the city of Albuquerque. So I think this is a team that should be your team, and make this a priority to get out and see us. We got great deals. Your kids can get in free. There's cheap concessions. We need you out here. We need you supporting us to take this program to the next level.
Yeah, I know I sent you after the game, but I was there. I spent the back end of the game with in the middle of the New Mexico fans. The ones who were there were impressed. They felt good about it. They needed something to be encouraged about, and I get it, man. There's no moral victories. You didn't win the football game, but they felt good about it. And I think from the response we've got, people feel good about this football game. And that team. So good start, even though you didn't get the victory. But the toughest one of the season's out of the way now, right? And now you move on. And coaches always say the most improvement is between games 1 and 2, and you got that opportunity this week.
We certainly need it. We certainly need to. But I believe we can be a really good team this year. I believe we can be a team playing in that New Mexico Bowl this year, so we'll keep getting better.
Keep getting better. Good luck this week, and always appreciate the conversation.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jeff. Thanks, JJ. Lobo's up.
Be well. He is Jason Eck, Lobo football coach. 505-246-0610. Can you dump that call? Because for whatever reason I can't. That conversation sponsored by Eco Electric, now installing outdoor lighting to brighten and secure your home or business. Call Eco Electric at 505-433-3574. You can respond to what you heard. Jason Eck, Lobo football coach. 505-246-0610 is your phone number to get in. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Robert.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Better. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Sweet Rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
As he stated, Lobos up. It's from John in Duke City. I thought he's right on with his attitude, man. We got things to fix. Not everything was just because they were better than us. The assignment errors being the wrong place. He talked about the 2 big runs, and he says not that they broke tackles, we just were in the wrong spot, right? And so I thought where he was and where he is mentally, and I'm good if you don't want to call it a moral victory, but morale builder, I'm okay with.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest quotes to post game, which feeds into that, and I saw our buddy Sean Ryder tweeted out. Jason X said, "quote: We can't think we're God's gift to football because we didn't lose by 40 to Michigan."
Yeah,
and that's a mindset you want from your team, and I think we've pieced it out pretty good so far this morning for the fan base. Absolutely, more victory confidence. You want some hope. What are you buying into? What are you signing up for this year? But understanding in that locker room that just because you didn't get blown out at Michigan does not mean you're going to go out there and win 50-10 on Saturday against Idaho State.
Yep. All right, we'll get more into level football, and I know you've got a lot to talk about that, and so we'll continue that at 505-246-0610. We've got a sweet deal for you coming up, and an old friend is in the studio today. Ron Patel is the president of New Mexico United. They are sweet deal today. It's good to see you, my friend. How you living?
Good morning. No, completely respectable performance by the Lobos. I didn't get to watch it because we had our game, but I was following the scoreline every quarter, and it was really good to see them hanging there for quite a while.
It was, they played well. They played well and represented New Mexico and the Lobos pretty well.
Yeah, proud.
You got a sweet deal. So here's what we're doing for you. You're going to go to our website, sportsanimalabq.com, and you're going to do it at 9 o'clock. Click on the sweet deal icon, and you're going to get a 4-pack of tickets for the big Meow Wolf game, which is coming up on the 13th, and the deal is going to be, what are we charging for that?
Yeah, it's a family 4-pack of Berm tickets for basically less than half price. It's
Beautiful.
$30.
$30 for 4, really?
And it's the biggest
away.
It's the biggest night of the year. It's Let's Get Weird night. When we do Meow Wolf, people come in costumes, your most creative self. We have a halftime costume contest. There's a huge tailgate with Meow Wolf performers in attendance. What's not to love? It's very New Mexican.
If someone doesn't know what Meow Wolf performer means, what does that mean?
Well, let's take a step back, right? What is Meow Wolf? It's so hard to explain without actually going there.
Yeah.
I try to explain to people that come from out of town, and I'm like,
just go.
It's kind of like an art gallery that meets a haunted house, and you get to interact with the art, but it's really kind of strange. And there's a fridge that you walk in, and you come out a dishwasher.
Is the fridge colder than this room?
It's probably not as cold as this. It's pretty cold.
I wasn't lying, was I?
You were not lying to me. I didn't bring my hoodie today. But no, so our first year, I think back to our first year, and we're like, hey, we're going to do a Meow Wolf night. And they're like, all right, what does that mean? We better figure this out. We'd already put it on our schedule.
Yep.
Like, hey, we're going to do this. So we said, all right, come as your most creative self. Let's have a contest. Let's do Halloween a little early. And it's just all about kind of combining art and sport, which is our ethos in a way.
What do we got? 4 home match. Or no, wait, I'm looking the wrong way. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 home matches left. We're getting to the back end of the schedule now with 10 games left and big games. Now they're all important. Now is we're looking at just getting into the playoffs. It's been a little bit of a rough run for your club. Got beat 2-0 over the weekend, or 2-0 if some of you prefer, to Sacramento on the pitch. That was the result, and in the table, sitting at 8th, correct?
Yeah, sitting in the last playoff spot right now. We started the season so well, which is why we're still in this great spot after the slump as of late. And the season comes with ebbs and flows.
Everyone does.
The hope is that the form starts to pick back up again as we go. We've never been hot going into the playoffs. We've always been hot early, never been hot going in. Yeah. So hopefully that's what this is setting us up for as we come into the last 2 months of the season.
At San Antonio this weekend, and then back home next Wednesday for a midweek game against Detroit City FC, and then the big Meow Wolf game. And it was nice for the Lobos to get out of the way and play on Friday against UCLA that week, so there won't be a Lobo game for people who have to watch, or have to watch. Won't conflict. How about that? and then go out and look, man. You guys are still killing it on crowds. You're still leading. I think leading the league in attendance.
We are, yes, sir.
Yeah. Stadium stuff. How's that?
I wish I knew. Yeah. We're ready to go. So when the city provides us with a pad ready site, we'll put a shovel in it.
Is that what it is? I mean,
yeah. You'll have to direct your question down the road here about a quarter of a mile.
How tough is it? And I hate asking how tough questions, but the strain on what you're doing, because I know for my business I'm playing long term and short term.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I'm looking at this year's 20th anniversary event, but I'm looking at what are we doing next year for 21? What are we going to do for 23? And I know you guys are looking at the future of your club in the immediate and then in the long term, and it's got to be just so hard because you just don't know what long term is going to look like.
It is, and it can be frustrating. So we can sit around and pout about it, right?
Right.
Or we can sit around and can control what we can control. And I think I've told you this before, Jeff. Like when we started this club, we said this is a 100-year plan. This club will be here when we're all gone. And we've got to guide it the right way and make decisions for the long term.
Only 100? So I mean, and that's like it? No, I'm kidding.
Throw a plus at the end, all right?
And added time or injury time.
Exactly. Just got the Pignon Coffee injury time. So we just said, look, we said this is a 100-plus year plan, and so we have to make decisions with that in mind. And so, yes, it is very frustrating. We don't know if it's going to be a year from now we put a shovel in the ground, or 3 years, or whatever the policy from New Mexico allows people to delay this anymore. So we just keep our heads down. My job is to run the business and to keep bringing New Mexicans together and to create positive outcomes for New Mexicans.
You guys do such a great job with promotions. Can you have like a Land of Manana night? Just like
it's every night. Come on.
Well, with this sweet deal, Ron, this is also a great opportunity if you haven't experienced yet to get the family out there, affordable for you, and just feel what the buzz is all about.
It is. And especially for those that haven't been to a game before, the Meow Wolf Night is like the perfect time to come try it out. It's so different than any other experience in sports. I mean, soccer is different in general than other sports. And don't get me wrong, I'm a former Arizona Cardinals season ticket holder. I'm a big NFL fan. I've lived in 2 cities when baseball teams have won the World Series. I lived in Toronto and I lived in Phoenix when I was a kid. Yeah, 92.
No kidding. The Joe Carter year?
The Joe Carter year, yeah.
Damn.
And so I love baseball. I love football. I love all sports. Soccer's just a little unique and kind of been, in my blood since I was born. And it's just a unique night out. And if you haven't been, you've probably got friends that have been, and come see what the buzz is all about.
Well, you got a great opportunity. It's our sweet deal. It goes live on our website, sportsanimalabq.com. Click on this sweet deal logo. Do it at 9 o'clock because I think they go quickly. This is for the Meow Wolf Night, which is coming up on the 13th of September. It's not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday. Yep. It is $30 for 4 berm tickets. You get the whole family in to go sit on that grass, have a good time out there, party out there, and just enjoy yourself. And they're playing the first place club.
They are, and the craft beer corner is right next to the grass berm. So yeah,
I mean, so. It steps away to make sure that you're well hydrated as well. Turn it around, get this thing going. Best of luck to you. I mean, it's been great success throughout the season and obviously the history of the club, but keep it going. Always appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
He is Ron Patel. He is the president of New Mexico United, our sweet deal. Goes live on our website at 9 o'clock, sportsanimалabq.com. All right, I got a bunch on Jason Eck, what he had to say. JJ, we got like a whole weekend to get through. Everything from what happened last night with the Horned Frogs beating up on the Belichicks, Mike Gundy going after Oregon because they have money. The NFL starts in 2 days. Like, I don't know. If you don't have something to get in on, you're probably listening to the wrong format of radio. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Mornings. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing.
12 teams in their conference, 8 will get in. They are holding on to the final playoff spot. So appreciate Ron coming in. All right. JJ, I kind of want to reset 505-246-0610, but let me tell you about Twin Peaks before we get started, because Twin Peaks is a spot that should be on your lunch rotation. As you go around, where do I want to go for lunch? Twin Peaks will have you covered. They got combos starting at just $7.99. You can enjoy savory soups and crisp salads and sandwiches. All hits the spot, doesn't slow you down. They got happy hour, whether you like tequila cocktails, top shelf spirits, handcrafted whiskey. The Lodge at Twin Peaks has it all. They serve it over crystal clear ice balls. You can pair it with a 29-degree draft. Perfect way to unwind. And, of course, football season is here. College football, pros football, Thursday night, Friday night, Sunday this week. It is your spot. It is your sports bar. It is your place. It's got eat specials, drink specials, and great views. Of course, late night flatbreads. $8 from 10 to close. Twin Peaks. And if you're looking for a gig, have fun, make great money, text WORK4TP to 85000 and work at Twin Peaks. All right. What was your outside Lobo stuff? And Lobo fan, you're welcome to continue to get in. Oh, by the way, and you're right, I did get a text that says there's a different spelling, moral versus morale. You're right, M-O-R-A-L-E. You're right. It was spelled in Jeffrey's text. It was spelled the same, and I just went with it. But you are absolutely 100% right. Biggest story of the weekend: Ohio State over Texas. Arch Manning, LSU beating Clemson, which to me was huge, and Florida State just taking it to Alabama. Biggest story of the weekend for you.
It was Florida State, then Arch Manning, then Death Valley in terms of impactful results, because it's a reminder of hype is just that. Let's let our eyes tell us a story of the first couple weeks of the season.
Yeah. So for me, the Arch Manning thing, it wasn't even the story of that game, because I told you last week, I just wasn't buying in. And I mean, how many times did I say, can we please let this young man play out a little bit? He's made, 2 or 3 starts? He hadn't done anything yet. I think Arch Manning's going to be good, but you're already making him the next quarterback of the Saints and the number 1 overall pick next year. And everybody's losing their mind. And yeah, Arch Manning's going to be good, but he hadn't done anything really in college football yet. And you're opening up against the defending national champs on the road, and he gets beat. I think Texas is going to be fine. I do. I think Texas is going to be okay. Ohio State's defense is really good. I'm interested to see what they're going to look like moving forward offensively. To me, that was the biggest story. The defending champs beat the number 1 team in the country. That was the biggest story. The next biggest story to me was Clemson getting beat because so many people were on Clemson as the champions. And people are still telling me Clemson's going to win the championship because they're going to walk through the ACC. I don't know, man. Miami and Florida State look really freaking good in the ACC. Miami looked terrific beating Notre Dame. And Florida State pounded. This was a 2-win team last year that just took it to Alabama. Kalen DeBoer now it's a $70 million buyout from what I was told yesterday. And I don't even think Alabama, like in today's day and age of revenue sharing, you can tell me everybody's got all the money in the world and Alabama can afford it, and that's just a pocket change and all the crap you tell me. Dude, Alabama better figure it out. I think Kalen DeBoer's a good coach, but I also thought Mike Price was a good coach. And so the guy who follows the guy is tough. When they're still trying to replace John Wooden at UCLA, right? Gene Bartow was the first guy. You don't want to be the guy who replaces the guy. It's really hard. But that was stunning to me, the way that they got handled. Out-physicaled, the way Florida State just took it to them.
A complete 180 for the Seminoles. It was wild watching, as you said, Florida State do that to Alabama in just one offseason. This was one of the worst teams in the country last year, Florida State. Think about that. They did not score more than 21 points in a football game. And
is that right? I had not heard that. That's crazy to me. Okay, sorry.
I think there were like one or two teams that maybe once in the season scored more than 3 touchdowns in a game. They were awful. And what they looked like on Saturday was the Florida State you remember. It was the Florida State you think about.
Look, man, you know what they got coming up? Alabama does? They got Aiden Armenta and UL Monroe this week. Do you feel? I mean, they're going to be looking to put it on someone, aren't they? Aiden Armenta, the former La Cueva and Lobo quarterback, they won 29-0. They beat St. Francis. Then they got Wisconsin at home and at Georgia, and then Vanderbilt. That's what they got staring them in the face. Wisconsin's not easy, and then they got to go to Georgia. They could have 2 losses before you get out of September, which is unheard of, and maybe more for all I know. That's incredible.
Yeah, they're favored the next 2, and then Georgia's going to be favored, and Georgia probably should push them around with the way they looked week 1.
They're going to be better, right? I mean, they're going to be better, aren't they?
Not to their expectations. Does not look like a team that could.
Are they a 4-loss team? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Interesting. How about last night? Last night did not surprise me that TCU won. I picked TCU the whole way. I think TCU is going to be the surprise in the Big 12. I think that although their schedule's really tough, they got all the top teams. They got a really tough schedule. They got so much coming back, and I love me some Josh Hoover. Hence the frog stuff today that we're wearing. But I can't lie if I told you that I thought they were going to win 48-14. They punished Carolina yesterday. Belichick said we're better than we looked. Okay. All right, we'll see. Did you pick? Because I'm watching the pregame show, and all these guys are picking Carolina last night. I'm like, what are you watching? And you know, Sonny Dykes said it after the show, or after the game on the postgame show, we felt a little bit disrespected. As if we weren't there. And finally, at the end of the game, Reese Davis and Herbstreit were saying, you know, this is a 9-win team. They're the defending Isleta New Mexico Bowl champions, for crying out loud. They got a chunk of their team coming back. They should have felt disrespect. It's like they were playing freaking Richmond or something. This was going to be a coronation, and TCU went out there and kicked the snot out of them. And it should surprise nobody.
And didn't get to it, but I really was interested in asking both Tony Sanchez and Jason Eck this morning just about that, about everyone just thinking that this is easy to take over a college football team and hit the ground running. And you saw last night in UNC, even with money, man, they spent money this offseason.
A ton of it.
And got the doors blown off.
A ton of money. Yeah. And look, it's one game, and you know me well enough that I don't lose my mind with a sample size of one, right? I just need to see more. That's why I want to see more of UNM. I want to see more of Alabama. I got to believe they're going to get better. I want to see more. I want to see more Miami. Miami was fun to watch, right? The sample size of one. Belichick's teams will get better, and the next 3 weeks they get Charlotte, Richmond, and UCF. And UCF will be a really good test for them before they got to play Clemson. Their schedule's relatively favorable after that. There's no Notre Dame, Florida State, or Miami, and they're in the same league. Their league games, Clemson, Cal, Virginia, Syracuse, Stanford, Wake Forest, who got pushed by, Delaware? At Duke and North Carolina State. So their schedule is very, very favorable. Wake Forest is Kennesaw State. I knew it was some. Did you see Wake Forest beat Kennesaw State 10-9 out of the Conference USA? 10-9. They held on.
I know we don't like sample sizes of one.
I know.
But I do also, from this weekend, want to discuss what they blew the Mountain West up for.
All right, you want to do that when we get back?
Yes.
I think that's totally fair. Let's have that conversation when we get back. Because what a great weekend for the Mountain West. 505-246-0610. Been to events at the Albuquerque Convention Center? If you have, you know how wonderful it is. We host the teams on Thursday night for Isleta New Mexico Bowl there every year. Just about 2 months ago, I emceed the New Mexico Sports Hall of Fame banquet there. It's spectacular. The ideal venue for your event, whether it's small meeting, private gatherings, you're doing the reception, or you're having a large expo or a conference, big celebration. The team at the Albuquerque Convention Center will go above and beyond to make sure your event is spectacular. The place is beautiful. They got local art all over the walls, everywhere throughout. It's immaculate. The menu is tremendous. The food is great. The service is wonderful. It is right in the heart of downtown Albuquerque. It's easy to get to. There is parking adjacent to this facility. Right in the historic downtown Albuquerque. Versatile spaces will meet every need. This is a venue it's more than just a place. This is an experience. Albuquerque Convention Center should be at the top of your list when you're thinking about where should we hold our event. You've got holiday parties coming up because the holiday season's coming. Get in early and secure your spot. I'm a big advocate of what they do at the Albuquerque Convention Center. I wouldn't tell you it if I didn't believe in it, and I absolutely believe in what they do. Their staff is phenomenal. They become good friends. We do events there, and I think you will love your event there as well. AlbuquerqueCC.com has all your information. Go look at the pictures. AlbuquerqueCC.com, and then give them a call at 505-768-4575, 505-768-4575. It is the Albuquerque Convention Center. Be at the center of it all.
This report is sponsored by...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover but green stuff, one scoop is not enough.
All right, cheers. 505-246-0610. Coming up at 9 o'clock, we'll get into JJ's thoughts on why they blew up the Mountain West. Good thing, huh? Hey, Ken, good morning. Will you hit that? My buttons aren't working. Ken, you're on the Sports Animal. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. I thought the Lobos played fantastic. I hope somewhere in the Michigan world they would say the Lobos got us better. It does no good to come in and just roll over a team. But the Lobos put up a fight, and I think we made Michigan better. And obviously they made us better. So I think that would be the ultimate compliment if you heard something like that. Like, they made their quarterback better. He got some hits. They had to play all the way into the fourth quarter, which is good for Michigan. I mean, that's going to help them tremendously going, against Oklahoma. Second, UNLV 38, Idaho State 31, first game of the year. So Idaho State is a tough team. I think UNLV is predicted second in our league. So that's going to be a really tough test this weekend. And third, when JJ starts talking about the Pac-12 expansion, is there a possibility to shed some light on their contract that they gave out to the new teams? Isn't it exactly the same as the current Mountain West Conference contract for teams if they leave early? It's almost verbatim. It's almost the exact same penalties if a team would leave early. It's almost the exact same thing. But yet now
the one they're fighting?
They're trying to, money-wise, they're trying to litigate it to say, no, it's unfair. We shouldn't have to pay it.
Of course.
But yet it's what Colorado State signed. It's what Boise State signed to stay in the Pac-12.
Yeah, so, Ken, they're fighting the double jeopardy was what they say, because they're somewhat fighting the exit fee, but they're absolutely fighting the poaching fee. And so there's two here. The exit fee was if you leave, you got to pay this, and that's why they all gave their notice by July 1st, right? So it wouldn't double. The poaching fee, which they all signed and said, look, if you go to the Pac-12, when they signed the scheduling deal with the Pac-12 for that 1 year, if the Pac-12 poaches their teams, there was an additional fee, and that's really what they're fighting. They're also fighting the exit fee because they don't want to pay anything. But yes, what they signed is essentially the same thing, which is what everybody signed.
I mean, that's my point. Yeah. That's my point. It's like, we can say, the poaching fees are excessive. Okay, cool. But that's not just what they're fighting.
That's correct.
They're fighting, the high cost to leave the Mountain West in their contract. And it's the exact same contract they signed with the Pac-12.
Yep.
I mean, they don't have the leg to stand on. And I think it shows why the Pac-12 imploded because of their commissioner, and she's doing it again. And this thing is on shaky ground. One or two teams leave in the next 2 to 3 years to the Big 12, San Diego State, Boise State. I mean, they're back at square one. Yeah. They're not going to have enough teams.
All right, we got to hit this break, Ken. We'll get into it in the next segment. And JJ, I need you to jump that because this, for whatever reason, I don't work. Get into that. And it was a rough weekend for the Mountain West, and boy, good thing those teams left, though, huh? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Sweet Rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies. past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank
610 KNML, the sports animal. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
All right, good football stuff today. NFL starts on Thursday. Of course, we'll have it for you right here on the sports animal. It'll be the Cowboys and the Eagles to kick off the season. Hopefully your fantasy drafts went well or are going well. We got a big auction draft tonight, JJ. Big one tonight. But hopefully everything went well and you hit it. Lobos get beat 34-17 at Michigan. You're welcome to get in on that. Jason Eck was with us, the head football coach. And I think most of you, while maybe not a moral victory, I'll go with that. Morale builder. I can live with that. Aggies were winners 19-3 over Bryant. They are 1-0, headed to a home game with Tulsa this weekend. And then everything else that went on this weekend. TCU 48-14 over Carolina yesterday. Florida State with their big win over Alabama. Texas and Ohio State was, all that stuff was something. Mountain West. And JJ, we can get into this. What kind of week was it? And I don't know where you're looking to find your great victory, at least in week one. Boise State got beat handily at South Florida. That wasn't pretty for anybody, except for South Florida. UNLV bounced back from their tight win over Idaho State. They beat Sam Houston on the road 38-21. Wyoming got a nice win on the road 10-0. San Diego State 42-0 over Stony Brook. San Jose State, dude. What? Okay.
I wasn't buying the hype, man.
Yeah.
Like, look at their quarterbacks they're returning, and we're supposed to be excited about San Jose State.
Yep, 16-14. They lose at home to Central Michigan. San Jose State missed 2 late field goals in this game. Missed them. And they lose. Nevada got pumped at Penn State 46-11.
Covered.
They covered on that last touchdown, yes. Air Force beat Bucknell 49-13. Utah State, Bronco Mendenhall's first game. It was the smallest home opening crowd since, I want to say, 2012 up there. They beat UTEP at 28-16. Fresno State had a big second half. They beat Georgia Southern. They were losing at halftime, 14-13. They beat Georgia Southern 42-14. Hawaii got pounded at Arizona, 40-6. Danny Gonzalez's defense held them to 6 points. And Washington handled Colorado State 38-21. I know you got thoughts on this, then we'll go to the phones. But
my initial thoughts were not on the Mountain West Conference.
Yeah.
They blew up the Mountain West Conference to run to Oregon State and Washington State. Oregon State, who got blew out at home
by Cal,
34-15, and that game was not as close as a 34-15 score. Cal, a team that I was talking about last week as one of the most irrelevant teams in college football because Cal and Stanford are stuck in the ACC. No one knows that. No one talks about them. And Cal beat down Oregon State in Corvallis. And then Washington State had to kick a walk-off game-winning field goal to beat Idaho at home. An Idaho team that, a lot of their coaching staff, a lot of their playmakers are at the University of New Mexico now. And this is what you blew up the Mountain West for. is run into these schools because, we're going to be in the pack. No, you're not.
No,
You're
they
just
are.
no, you're not.
They're the pack.
No,
Yeah.
you're not.
They're the Pac-12.
No, they're not.
Says it right so on their chest.
It's like driving around a Honda Civic and putting a Ferrari badge on it.
To the last caller's point, and do you want to get into it? Like, they all did sign exit clauses, right? It's essentially what they're trying to claim they don't have to pay now. He's not wrong with that, right?
Yeah, that's contracts and all these leagues, these things you have, and you brought it up. They're really concerned about the poaching penalties, but they're also trying to pay as little money as possible to leave the conference.
Yeah, we all want to pay as little as we can. I understand that, but yeah, he's not wrong. I mean, that's kind of what I say. Kind of, it's exactly what they're all signing now. All right, where am I going? 505-246-0610. Fred, okay, let me try. Fred, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. What's up, Fred?
Hey, Jeff. Hey, I want to talk about the Lobos. The first question, is the Lobo Talk Show tomorrow at Sandia?
It is tonight. It's Tuesday.
Oh, it's tonight at a Sandia. Okay. I someone told me it was Wednesday. Okay, hey, but I want to talk about the Lobos, and I'm just like everybody else. I'm so impressed with the Lobos, even though we lost. I mean, when you start pointing out and people and stuff like Combs, of course, we know what Combs could do his very first year as a freshman, but God, he looked so good. He made some hits that were unbelievable. He had 9 tackles. Eck had 8 tackles. That Williams kid that runs the kickoffs back, he had 6 tackles. Then you go to receiving. Thomas, God, I don't know if we've ever had a guy as good as he is at a tight end.
Yeah.
My gosh, the guy is unbelievable. 6'4", 240 pounds. And then Johnson, he made that great catch that shouldn't have been a catch on the sideline, but luckily we hiked the ball before they could catch it. But he made 7 catches, and we just have so many good things. Punting, I know Coach mentioned about we shanked a punt, but you know what? We averaged 47.8, even shanking a punt. Juszynski, I mean, with all those fans out there, 110,000 fans, he drilled that thing about 60 yards, that 44-yard field goal. And he all talks about the penalties. It was so sweet to see we only had 1 penalty at 5 yards. There's just so many good things. I mean, that lane is so tough, and he used 9 different receivers in the game, which I was impressed with. And then the running backs, that's the only thing we probably didn't do good, but I know Humphrey's really good. And so I'm expecting big things. So, but anyway, hopefully everybody shows up out at Sandia for the coaches show tonight then. And I guess that's it.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Look, they're going to run the ball better. They will. Okay. That is the best front they're going to see all year. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to see good ones. UCLA will be good. Boise State will be good. UNLV's, well. But there's a lot of positives. There's a lot of positives. One of my favorite things Eck just said this morning when I asked him, I got it. Jack Lane's tough. You don't have to prove it anymore. Stop getting my quarterback hit, right? And he says, my mom used to tell me, you got a lot of nice toys, but if you beat them up, if you're rough on them, they're going to break. He says, we keep getting him hit, he's going to break. And so they've got to protect him better. And he talked about the line. Because I asked him, was that all they were really good, or was it your line? And he didn't seem very happy with the way his line played.
No, because it unblocked is not being really good. That's a problem up front. When you have free rushers that are coming right up the middle, it's not stunts or anything like that. There are a couple times the linebacker just ran straight into the chest of the quarterback.
And nobody hit him. Yeah, and he's got no chance, and he just got pummeled. And I appreciate what he said about the end of the first half. He says, maybe I got a little over-aggressive, but I think I
don't think he got over-aggressive at all.
You and I think you made the right call there.
Right? You just, first down, you had a tackle for a loss. Second down, you sacked Underwood. It's 3rd and 14. You're coming off a drive in which you just went down the field.
And it's 17-10.
And scored. You get a 44-yard field goal, but it's a one-possession game. That's the right call at that moment in time. If you didn't call a timeout, then you'd be questioning, why are you playing conservatively in the first half in a one-score game.
But that's when you would have said he doesn't believe in his team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, let's just be happy. We're only down by 7 at halftime. Let's take it in. And granted, they went down more, and it didn't work out, but it was the right call. I have zero problem with him taking that time out there. It didn't work out. They scored another touchdown on you. But I have zero problem with the way he handled it. It was the right thing. I think you're right. If you don't call the time out there, you're like, do you just not believe in your team? No, I thought that was right. I thought that was right. I want to get back into the Mountain West stuff. And best win was what? What's been the best win so far? They don't have one, right? I guess Hawaii beating Stanford. Is that it so far?
You've had
no, honestly.
The positives are UNM and Colorado State being competitive on the road.
Was competitive on the road. What do you make of Wyoming? I mean, typical 10-0, right? But going on the road and winning at Akron. I mean, Akron's not good. I'm not going to pretend that they're good.
No, I think Wyoming's going to be good defensively, but they're in this mix, and that's why you look at this first half of the schedule. I think people all of a sudden have a different feeling about what could happen week 3 at UCLA, the competitiveness potentially in that game. But it's also a reminder of it's why I've been on the bandwagon. Utah, Big 12 champs.
No, I'm with you on that too.
It's not breaking any news there, but man, Devin Dampier and company looked fantastic.
Devin Dampier went bonkers on them. I'm looking for his numbers exactly. I had him. So where'd you have those? There it is. 21 to 25, 206 and 2 touchdowns. Ran for 87 yards, another touchdown. 43-10 was the score there. 43-10 is what. How about the Big 12? I mean, the Big 12 had UCF struggled with Jack State out of Conference USA. But Cincinnati got beat. I guess, and so did Baylor. Never mind. And so did Colorado. And Kansas State struggled with North Dakota. Never mind. The Big 12 struggled a little bit. Good win for Arizona. They needed that. And Utah pounded UCLA. And TCU got the big one for the Big 12. UCLA's an interesting one. Isaac, I'm leaving you, right? He wasn't very good. UCLA got to go at UNLV, which, can I pick UNLV now?
Go for it. They can move the football.
Who you got?
That's a game that the Mountain West needs to get. UNLV needs to get that one right now. Pounce.
What do you think the spread is?
In Vegas?
It's in Vegas. What do you think it is?
UCLA 3.5?
2.5. I'll take 2.5 in the Rebels. There's a couple opportunities this weekend, man. Like San Jose State's 36.5 point dogs at Texas. They're gonna get pummeled. Utah State's got to go to A&M. That's rough. Fresno State's got to win at Oregon State. What do you think that spread is? Fresno State at Oregon State.
Oregon State 6.5?
3.5. Oregon State. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's a little bit surprising to me. Fresno State and those points. Wyoming's at home for Northern Iowa. Nevada, Sac State. UCLA's got to win. San Diego State's on the road at Washington State. Aztecs won 42-0 over Stony Brook. What do you think that spread is?
Well, 3.5.
Who?
Wazoo.
Aztecs are 1.5 favorite.
Ooh!
My buddy's trying to get me to go up for that. Told him if I hit the lottery, I would have. I don't think I did. I got stuff I got to do this weekend. And Hawaii is at home, 7.5 point favorite over Sam at Houston. There's a couple you got to get this weekend for this league. San Diego State's got to win at Washington State. UNLV's got to beat UCLA. I say got to, just so this league has got a few wins somewhere. Because where are they coming from? Boise State goes to Notre Dame in a few weeks. How do you feel that's going to go well? You feel Boise State's got a chance at Notre Dame after what you saw last week? Now, again, sample size of 1.
No, I don't feel good about that game.
Yeah, I think they got to get that one. All right, 505-246-0610. I got some NFL stuff for you as we're getting closer and closer. Some Micah stuff, some Ram quarterback conversation. And this might be my favorite rich, like Mike Gundy. I'm a man. I'm 40. Well, now he's 55 or 56. And some of the stuff that comes out of his pie hole, it's amazing to me. When we come back, he's taking a shot at Oregon for spending money. The place where T. Boone Pickens invented throwing a bunch of money at a college program. Isn't that where it's like there and Nike, right? Weren't those like the biggest super boosters? Phil Knight and T. Boone Pickens. Do you know the name of any other super boosters? You probably don't. I'm a man. I'm 40. It's amazing what he had to say. Hey, you got a backyard that could be better? Basic cleanup would be a great start, but I don't know. Do you want something that maybe you'll be proud of for years and just enjoy? Call LaBarge Landscape. They'll make it happen. My yards look amazing right now. Like the best they have looked since, even before I bought the house. They come out and they've taken care of my front yards, my backyards. I am thrilled with what they did. LaBarge Landscape's got over 80 years of experience over there. They've been doing this for 32 years in our market. And they've got people very, very happy all around town. So maybe you got a good idea what you want. You're like, I want this done, but I need help. LaBarge Landscape will make it happen. Maybe you have no idea. You just know you need something done. They'll send a design team out there, and they will create something for you with your assistance. You guys work together, and it will be stunning. You want a putting green or a retaining wall or a water feature or all of it. Maybe you want to turn it into xeriscaping because you don't have to water it. LaBarge Landscaping will do it all. New sod, sprinkler system, they'll install that as well. For me, man, I just needed it clean up. My yard got away from me. It just, traveling, it's not my thing. I'm not good at it. They really, really, really are. I'm so glad I called LaBarge Landscaping. I pulled up on my house when I got back from Michigan. I'm like, wow, my place looks really, 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 really good. You're going to get years of enjoyment from your landscape transformation. You're going to love it. And in Albuquerque, it's year-round. You spend time in your yard. Call LaBarge. Have them come out, take a look at your place. Why don't you go to their website? It's LaBargeLandscape.net, L-A-B-A-R-G-E. Go bounce around their gallery, and you'll see some of the work they've done. And then give them a call, 505-345-3000, 505-345-3000. It's LaBarge Landscape. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge Landscape.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of
Come up. Do you know? I don't even understand. And anyway, he was talking about money and who spends what. And
Oklahoma State at Oregon Saturday.
all right, so that's why. By the way, Oregon's going to put it on. Whatever the number is, take Oregon. What's the spread? Whatever the number is, take Oregon.
What do you think the spread would be?
I'm going to guess right now it's 21.5. Oregon. Am I close? 18.5. 18.5 to 21.5.
Oregon, 20.5 point favorite.
20-0 and 2-0.5?
2-8.5.
2-8.5. They're going to put it. So Gundy was talking about Oregon, and he said Oklahoma State, his school, spent about $7 million on its team over the last 3 years. And then said, quote, I think Oregon spent close to $40 million alone last year. So that was just 1 year. Now, I might be off a few million. Oregon's paying a lot of money for their team. From a non-conference standpoint, there's coaches saying they should play teams with similar budgets. Isn't Oregon or Oklahoma State the place where T. Boone Pickens just pumped millions and millions? That was there, right? I say that pretending not to know. Wasn't that like the original mega booster? Him and Phil Knight, Oregon, right? Do you know Alabama's main booster's name, or Auburn's, or A&M's, or I mean, you hear every once in a while a family putting a lot of money in it, but do you know their names?
No.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm dealing with the same place. Dan Lanning's the coach at Oregon. And he's dead ass right with his response. Quote, if you want to be a top 10 team in college football, you better be invested in winning. We spend to win. Some people save to have an excuse for why they don't. I can't speak on their situation. I have no idea what they got in their pockets over there, end quote. If you're going to do something, be the best at doing it. And when Oklahoma State had the resources and they were winning it at a high level and they were a top-ranked program, boy, it was pretty cool, wasn't it? It was probably pretty cool for Mike Gundy to have all those resources and be towards the top. Now that, whether it's dried up or everybody else is caught up and past you, is that the reason you were 3-9 last year and didn't win a game in the Big 12? I just find it so rich that that dude at that place where T. Boone Pickens put how much money into it, now he's complaining that Oregon spends more money than him? Come on now. I don't know. What do you think when you heard it?
LOL. Like, now you're complaining? Stop complaining. This is the system. If you have the money, you spend it, you win. And it's not like Oregon State is poor. Oregon State was broke. Or Oklahoma State, excuse me.
Okay. Yeah. Last year,
black and orange schools, whatever they are.
Yeah. The two OSUs that are black and orange. Yeah. Lanningson's got a lot of respect for Gundy. He's gonna beat the tar out of him. He's gonna knock his mullet off his head this week. Gundy's been over there 20 years. Ducks are ranked 7th. They should compete for a spot in the playoff. Gundy said over the last 3 to 5 years, they've elevated themselves. They have a lot of resources. They got them stacked out there pretty good right now. But then he talked about the quarterback, and he says, man, it's going to cost a lot of money to keep him there. That's Dante Moore. They got money, man. Like, what's the whole issue? All of a sudden, it's legal. We're out there spending. Everybody's spending. If you got it, spend it. It's like anything else, man. You get what you pay for. And the teams with the biggest budget are going to consistently be the winners. Yeah, you're going to hit a year here and there where you got a small budget team that pops up and shows up in a playoff and maybe makes some noise. And you know what's going to happen? That team's going to scatter because they're all going to go get paid. So, yes, I find it so rich. When did Mike Gundy become this guy?
He's kind of been this guy.
Has he always been bitter?
Yeah.
And now that he's literally looking for excuses to save his job because he's on the hot seat.
Oh, he's laying out, we're losing in this game because they spend more money than us.
And that's why. And so you think you can get someone else in here that's going to win better than me? Go ahead. And that's what's going to happen this year. Yeah, so they beat whoever they beat this week. Okay. They're 1-0. They beat Tennessee Martin 27-7. I find it darling. I really do. I really find it darling that he's out there ripping Oregon. When T. Boone Pickens dumped how much money into your program? But then it was cool. When you were leading with resources and facilities, then it was cool. But now, how are we supposed to compete? I don't care if it was 52.5. I don't think it'd be enough. I think Lanning's going to just put it on him this week. I do. All right, we'll hit the NFL stuff. Micah is made his debut at practice. Is he going to play this weekend? The Chargers get a running back. What about the Rams at quarterback? And the Steelers extend their running back. We'll do all of that. 505-246-0610. It's all there for you. 505-246-0610. Hey, come on, and you can get in on any of the Lobo stuff from the weekend. And Aggie fan, 19-3, your winners over Bryant with Tulsa coming in on Saturday. You spend a lot of time in your vehicle. I do too. That's why I call On the Spot Automotive Detailing, because I like my vehicle to look, feel, and smell nice. I looked at the little timer thing on it. You fill up your tank and it resets everything. And I realized I spend like 20 to 23 hours a week in my car. It's almost a day. It's a seventh of my week. I call On the Spot. They detail my vehicle. They come to me at my convenience. That's at my office. They'll do that for you too. It's not just for me. And they will detail your vehicle. When they're done, it'll look, feel, and smell like the day you took it off the lot. That brand new car feel without that brand new car price. It's one of your biggest investments. Take care of it. Talk to them about paint protection film and ceramic coating to protect the exterior as well from rocks and all the stuff that's flying around. They've been voted best in the city. You know why? Because they're best in the city at what they do. I love On the Spot Automotive Detailing, and you will as well. Book and buy. It's all online. OTSdetailing.com. That's OTSdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time.
NFL season starts Thursday. Cowboys, Eagles. Here on these Sports Animals. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, 505-246-06. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Where do you want me to go? All right, what do we got? Jay, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Jay.
How's it going, gentlemen? How are y'all this
Good.
morning?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Kind of chubby, but hey, aren't we all?
Chubby's good, man. I'm all about it now.
Hey, chubby life is a good life. So, I just wanted to get on about the Mike Gundy thing.
Yeah.
I think this is a lot of coaches do this. I recall, a lot of G5 coaches when they play on the road at or G6, whatever it's called now.
Mm-hmm.
And they go to a Power 4 school. They'll take the team through the weight room. They'll take the boosters through the stadium, and they'll use that as a means for those boosters and those folks, the hangers-on of the program, to
give more,
write a check to the program. And I think that's what Mike Gundy is trying to do. He has those investors as T. Boone Pickens and whomever else, the oil money that flows at Oklahoma, in the state of Oklahoma. He's trying to get them to open a checkbook and write checks to the program. And, because a lot of these boosters, the shiny new toy, the thing that they like to brag about on the golf course is their alma mater.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of one of those things that, hey, my team or my school is better than your school.
Of course.
So I think that's what the impetus of what Coach Gundy, Mike Gundy, and his mullet. Anybody wearing a mullet in 2000, rocking a mullet in 2025 is out of his tree.
He's got spectacular hair.
I think that's the impetus of his rant or his tirade, and that's pretty much it, guys.
Yeah, I appreciate you. I think that's right. Yeah, thanks, Jay. I can you dump that, please? Thanks. I don't know what's with the buttons. Yeah, I think he's right. I think he's absolutely right. It's to get us more. It's just rich that message is coming from them. That's all I'm saying. It's rich that the place that had T. Boone Pickens give that much money, and he's the guy saying, no, they spent all this money. I think it's cute. All right. A couple of NFL things. Matt Stafford expected to go for the Rams. That's huge, man. I think we felt that was on target. That's right. Micah Parsons, I guess this back thing is real that we all thought was fabricated. So Micah Parsons evidently is going to take a shot, potentially, to play for the Packers in their open. This is, you would think that they would have done a hell of a physical before they made the trade. He's dealing with an L4, L5 facet joint sprain in his back. He may get an injection. Those don't just go away. And they paid him $40-something million a year. But he did practice with the Packers yesterday for the first time. Limited participant in practice. But he's trying to play Sunday. They open up against the Lions at Lambeau Field. So watch that all week. But that to me is gigantic. It really is. And then this was really quiet, but I think it says something. The Steelers re-up their running back, Jaylen Warren. 2-year extension. He's in the final year of his current deal, set to make over $5.3 million this season. JJ, they went out and they drafted. This to me says, and maybe I'm misreading this, they really like Jaylen Warren. This is a team that I do believe is going to run the football a lot. And they went out and got Caleb Johnson. But doesn't that tell me Jaylen Warren's their guy?
To a certain level.
Okay.
Just he's not built to take 20, 25 carries in a game. I think 15 carries, 5+ more in the passing game. Like, he's going to be solid for them as they try to work in Johnson. But, man, Caleb Johnson, come out of Iowa, just did not look athletic enough in the preseason. He looked slow, a pounder. Like, Warren's going to be fine, but he's not going to jump into, like, a top 10 running back.
I drafted him on 2 teams, just figure it, as a third
That's
or fourth back.
Great. If he's your third or fourth back, that's phenomenal because he could be a solid RB2 in fantasy football.
Probably a touchdown thief at the line. I mean, Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be your guy that's running him in. You get down to the 2-3 yard line, that's where they're going to go, right? I mean, I know they got.
We'll see if they keep Warren in the game down there.
Where do you think they go? Do you think they go to Johnson?
Maybe.
That's it. All right. They got a big receiver now in DK Metcalf.
Because they had Warren on the roster, and they sure as heck played out Najee Harris to the very end.
Mm-hmm. But now Najee Harris, who, by the way, has been cleared. And does he go this week? He spoke for the first time. Remember, he's the guy, the Chargers running back now is Najee Harris, or one of them. He had that fireworks issue over the 4th of July. He injured his eye. He wouldn't talk about the incident. He spoke with sunglasses on. He said it was a superficial injury to his eye. He says his vision's not affected. Quote, "It's a humbling experience. I'm still going through it in a way, so just that the whole situation really shows you things can change with a snap of a finger. It's a blessing every day we wake up, and I'm just happy that everybody's safe and alive." End quote. It's kind of a contradictory message, right? What changed? Or is it, it could have changed in a snap of a finger. He's still wearing sunglasses. He hasn't been cleared to play until just now, but he swears that he's fine. Obviously, something happened, right? He says it's superficial, but
it's not obvious yet. I mean, it's not obviously. It's of course something happened. He was not on the football field,
right,
until just the last few days. He's wearing sunglasses. Something blew up in his face, and he's lucky to have his eyesight.
Yes, all of that's right. Is that where Omari Hampton is? Is that their running back that people love? They're going to run the ball, right? The Chargers will run the ball. They're so interesting to me because you've got a stud quarterback, or at least we all think he's a stud quarterback in Justin Herbert. We watched him go and do everything but win. Harbaugh's there. Harbaugh's MO is to run the football. Ladd McConkey's nice, but they go out and they draft Omarion Hampton in the first round?
His first round pick?
Yeah, from North Carolina. He's got to be the guy. They're like that. That's a guy that's just going to get fed, isn't he?
Yeah, there's no question. I think if Najee Harris gets back to health, maybe it's a 60-40 backfield, but 60% is still a large share. If you look at RB1 totals of the rushing, especially going to last year, where I think Hampton is the guy, but with the way they want to play, like Harris, when he gets back, he's going to get his touches because they want that first and foremost, is that physical run game, and then work the play action downfield shots off of that.
They interest me, but they interest me every year. But they're the damn Chargers, right? I mean, I understand Harbaugh's there and the whole thing. Does it feel like there's a few teams that I think are going to be good that are quiet? Okay, they're one of them. Tampa Bay's one of them. Houston's going to be better than people think. There's been some really quiet teams. Green Bay feels that way to me in a large respect. Just they're quiet until they made the Micah move. There's a few teams that I just think there hasn't been a lot of noise around that probably love it that way. That are going to be good. Tampa, I think the Falcons are going to be a lot better than people think because I believe in Michael Penix more than you do.
Well, they're the trendy pick to win the division.
Okay.
So
well,
they're not talked about in terms of like a championship team.
Well, you got two guys who are top 5 or 6 at their position, right? I mean, Bijan's considered number 1, and I think Drake London has a potential to be terrific.
Oh, he's going to get massive volume, and you got a good number 2 wide receiver in Darnell Mooney there. It's an offense that is going to be more explosive with Penix under center, pushing the football downfield. And Robinson, I still like Tampa Bay, but early in the season, that could be a big difference maker when you look at the Buccaneers coming out. Left tackle might miss a couple games. Cade Otton not going to be there, so they have some injuries to overcome early, and it could be a nice advantage if the Falcons can get some things going, and we see, I think, a really interesting race between those two teams for the NFC South.
Yeah. All right, wrap it up when we get back. Still have time for you to get in at 505-246-0610. Your emails come in Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Who watches your house when you're not there? You're not there all the time. Maybe you travel. Maybe you're just at work. Make sure it's the good guys, because the bad guys are out there. And if you wait until you're a victim of property crime, it is then too late to call. Well, you can call IPS, but why wouldn't you call them before? I trust IPS. I trust them when I'm gone. So, like, I was gone this weekend. They come by the house a number of times a day. They do exterior checks. They make sure everything's good. If there was a package dropped off on the curb or on the front porch, and this has happened, they pick it up and make sure I get it and somebody else doesn't. They'll roll the garbage cans to the curb and back on garbage day, pick up newspapers and mail, whatever you need. They protect what you've worked so hard to build. They got officers placed strategically all around Albuquerque, now in Santa Fe. They react quickly when the alarm goes off. Often they catch the criminals in the act. IPS provides standing guards if you want eyes on your property around the clock. They will install alarms and camera systems. And they've got a state-of-the-art facility monitoring it all, giving you up beautiful protection around your home or your business. Who's watching your home when you're not there? Make sure it's IPS. 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. Passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
What's everybody going to be talking about as you go through your Tuesday that feels like a Monday? Well, everybody's going to be talking about that Lobo loss at Michigan. And you don't like moral victories, I'm down. But morale booster, I'm cool with that as well. 34-17, they lose. Jason Eck was with us. You can listen to that conversation over on our website, sportsanimalabq.com. It is wherever you get your podcasts. Jason Eck's there. So will Tony Sanchez, the Aggie head coach. He was with us today. Aggies beat Bryant 19-3. In their opener, they are 1-0. And they get Tulsa at home on Saturday of this week. Last night, Bill Belichick, the numbers on the Belichick thing are somewhat amazing. They get pounded by TCU, the defending Isleta New Mexico Bowl champion TCU. Hence the Frogs shirt today. 48-14 was the number. Belichick allowed the most points. When I say Belichick, he didn't allow a thing. But Carolina allowed the most points in a game in the head coaching career of Bill Belichick last night. JJ, he had never allowed a team 48 points. They lost 47-17 to Buffalo in 2021. Belichick suffered the second worst loss of his career, point spread wise. Only 38-3 loss to the Cowboys in 2023 was worse. Belichick has trailed by 34 points or more only 4 times in the 511 games he's been a head coach. There's just some amazing numbers on this. Carolina allowed the most points in a season opener in program history. Tar Heels lost by their greatest margin since 2018 against Miami. TCU posted the best team rushing performance since they beat Michigan in 2022. And Carolina had its second worst rushing performance since 2016. I mean, the numbers just go on and on. Belichick's 0-3 in head coaching debuts. I mean, that's what people are going to be talking about as you go through your day. 505-246-0610. Emails, Jeff@sportsanimalabq.com. What do I get tonight? Do I get Tuesday Night Football? I feel like I want it.
We need some football.
Right? What a weekend, man. What a weekend. You will get... Oh, and people are going to be talking about the mullet. Mike Gundy talking about, pointing out the difference between the money his teams can spend on players and what Oregon spends. What do you think of Devin Dampier? Did you watch him at all late night?
Yes.
Utah beat UCLA 43-10. He's going to be really good, man. What if I told you I think Utah and TCU may be the 2 best teams in the Big 12? Arizona State as well.
I would have, I think, Utah, Arizona State, TCU.
Utah, Arizona State, TCU. Okay, so those are 3 teams I got. Yeah,
I was not surprised by Devin Dampier at all. We watched him all season do unbelievable things offensively with not as much around him that he has now at Utah, especially in just the offensive line, a defense to match what he's doing offensively, and he just looked so good, calm and control. It's the same exact offense they were running, same exact offense, same formations, and just destroyed UCLA.
Yeah. And by the way, defensively, they were really good. You know, I told you when I talked to Kyle Winningham, the Utah coach, back in, when was I there? July? Is that when it was? Media days? He told me that this was the best offensive line he's had maybe ever in his time at Utah, and he's been there 20-something years. They dominated. They ran the ball for 286 yards against UCLA. UCLA barely had 200 yards in offense. They only ran the ball for 84 yards. And Nico Amalivania threw for 136 yards. I guess it's a better question for next Monday, JJ. Lobos have a shot at UCLA in 2 weeks?
Let's see how UCLA responds.
And how the
Lobos look against Idaho State. It's in the moment you're more confident about that, but again, it's impressions and not definitions of what these teams are going to be after one game.
Yeah, I think that's right. I really loathe to jump to conclusions with a sample size of one. Devin Dampier was 21 of 25, 206 yards, 2 touchdowns, ran the ball 16 times for 87 yards, another touchdown. Who would you vote for Big 12 Player of the Week, him or Josh Hoover? Hoover was good last night, dude. One team beat UCLA, one went to Belichick and beat them. I mean, so that I just gave you Dampier's numbers. Hoover, 27 of 36, 284, 2 touchdowns and an interception. They won 48-14. That's a tough
Devin
vote.
Dampier.
You go vote for Dampier?
I think, yeah. No turnovers, 87 yards on the ground, an extra touchdown there.
You think they've already put it out? I'll try to find it for you. All right, you know what we didn't hit? The Lobo men's basketball schedule's out, complete. They filled it with New Mexico Highlands.
Well, the non-conference schedule.
Yeah. This conference schedule isn't out. No surprises there. I mean, absolutely no surprises there. And it is what it is, man. you got what.
Well, we got our schedules through December, so we know what we're going to be doing.
Through mid-December.
Yeah. Probably expect an early conference game mixed in there.
Yeah, that's probably right. All right, big show today. Thank you to Tony Sanchez, New Mexico State's head football coach. He was with us today. Jason Eck, the University of New Mexico football coach, was with us as well. So was Ron Patel, the president of New Mexico United. He was here in studio. The Herd with Colin Coward is next. Jim Rome show after that. A. Marie is back on these Sports Animals. She is hosting the afternoon show, I think from Japan, if I'm not mistaken.
International.
Dude, everybody comes back. You know how this thing works. Everybody comes back to this place. We're back with award-winning radio tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Adrian, great work on the TV side. He is JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta. Big day for you.
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows.